Fam, to the #1 daily Bitcoin pod. Let's get it. In today's show, we'll be discussing the U.S. government moving $922 million worth of seized Bitcoin after the price broke $60,000. We'll also be discussing spot Bitcoin ETFs record new all-time high of $680 million as the Bitcoin bull run gathers pace. That's right. Also, this just in, breaking news. BlackRock's spot Bitcoin ETF to start trading in Brazil officially tomorrow. Let's go. Also, Wells Fargo and Bank of America's Merrill are offering spot Bitcoin ETF to their wealth clients. Very interesting. We'll also be discussing Bitcoin billionaire Jeff Bezos. That's right. Did he enter the Bitcoin Billionaire Club? We'll be discussing this, as well as venture capitalist Dan Tapiero predicts Bitcoin will explode by up to 230% this year. I'll be sharing his outlook as well as his timeline. We'll also be discussing the Bitcoin price can soar to $250,000 per coin a lot sooner than many expect, according to the Bitwise CEO. We'll also be discussing a crypto expert revealing why Bitcoin will rise to $400,000 per coin. I'll be sharing this timeline. We'll also be taking a look at the overall crypto market, all this plus so much more in today's show. Now, first and foremost, a quick shout out to everyone in the live chat. Pump the likes to pump the stream. I greatly appreciate it, crypto fam. But first, I want to give a quick shout out to today's sponsor, which is PrimeXBT. If you're looking for a great international crypto exchange, look no further, especially if you're based outside of the US. They have very easy onboarding. You can trade crypto futures, global markets, as well as copy the expert traders. They have fantastic support, 1 million plus registered users, 170,000 plus daily trades, and currently serving 152 countries. Checking out the markets here, there are over 30 crypto future pairs plus other assets, as you can see on your screen, such as Forex, gold, oil, the S&P, NASDAQ, and so on. And one of my favorite features is their low fees. They also support both cross and isolated margin, and the range of leverage is impressive from 2 to 200x. And speaking of their extremely low fees, they only have a 0.01% maker fee and a 0.02% taker fee. For some comparison, on KuCoin, the standard fee is 0.1%, which is literally 10x higher. So the fees here on PrimeXBT are literally 5 to 10 times lower than KuCoin, Binance, etc., truly making this a no-brainer. Be sure to use my referral link in the description below, and you could take advantage of a $100 bonus when you deposit at least $500. And I repeat, for international users, PrimeXBT is an excellent option. So take advantage of it today. And by supporting our sponsors, you're helping to support the channel. I greatly appreciate it. Click the link in the description right down below, and let's get this crypto, shall we? Now, welcome everyone just joining the stream. Shout out to everyone in the live chat. Holla at your boy. We did a 13-hour pump watch. We already did an episode earlier today. I was featured on Sandsmith. I uploaded it on the channel. Let me know if you guys got to check it out. Shout out to everyone out here. Let me know if the stream is loud, clear, and smooth. First and foremost, Bitcoin, extreme volatility, as we predicted. We're currently above 61,500. Yesterday, we French kissed 64,000, 5 away from the coveted price discovery mode. Let's get it. 69,000 today. Let's go. Send it, Chris. Shout out Scott. DNA, what it do? Bonkers, almost up 60%. That's pretty bonk. Pump, pump, pump it up. You already know Lock Sky. This one's dedicated to you. Pump, 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 pump it up. Let's go. Pump the likes, pump the stream. I am at work getting paid to watch you stream. What a blessing that is. How cool. You should get paid to watch the pod. Don't get any better than that while you're stacking them stats. That is awesome about Brazil. That is the population of nearly 250 million. Amazing. Keep grinding, JV. Shout out Beast Mode. JV, respect the consistency and great info. All love from Queens, New York. NYC in the building. Always like this man's videos. Greatly appreciate that. Respect. Shout out to the Queens Bridge. Brethren representing. JV and the fam. What it do? Welcome fresh. Good to see you back. Sup, JV? Remember when I called 780,000 in the video yesterday? So someone said 780,000. That was exactly Max Kaiser's prediction, bro. You're right on that, squirrel bait. Respect. Great minds think alike. Get it. Jordan P. watching live from Bakersfield while doing my homework. Shout out Eric Castro. Jordan P. What it do? Let's go. Pump, Now, we didn't hit price discovery today, but it's still in play, family. Don't forget that. Shout out Miles. Appreciate you subbing to the #1 Daily Bitcoin Pod. Good morning from Melbourne, Australia. Shout out to Nick. Good to see you back. Jennifer Conkright in the building. I got a history lesson on eggs earlier, which I greatly appreciate during the pump watch. Was it a good idea to buy Bitcoin at 60,000? Yeah, you're up $1,600. Celebrate that victory, fam. Brazil is half the population of South America, just saying. Great point. Now, the investors in Brazil are going to be able to start purchasing ETF for Bitcoin. This is a pretty big deal. Good morning, JV and family. Shout out to Kerry Watts. Let's go. What is that? Portishead UK in the house. Shout out Ollie G and all my UK brethren. Bitcoin to the moon. Shout out Broski, Satoshi, Nakastuda. I have to work and master's homework. Bitcoin needs to hit 1 billion so I can quit all this ish. Amen. Bitcoin to 1 billion. You hear that, Satoshi? We need you. Bitcoin miners suck lately. Time to buy. Great buying opportunity, says Nate. Prem, Canada in the building. What's good, A? Hello from Brazil. Big news from Brazil today, Satosh. Let's get it. Facts, JV. Shout out to the K-Jam. JV, say Melbourne. Melbourne. Is that a city? Is that like Melbourne? Melbourne? To the moon, send it, Rombosito. You know how we do it.
Pump it up, don't you know? Pump it.
Ironic, right when JV goes live, the market starts pumping once again. You gotta love it. Respect the pump, family. Good day from the bourbon capital of the world. Shout out to crypto today at the bourbon capital of the world. Drink some bourbon for me, will ya? Nations FOMO next. That's right. Ed Snowden dropped the bomb the other day. I shared that a nation is secretly acquiring Bitcoin, and they're going to release that sometime later this year. Which country do you think that is? Let me know. I live in Brazil, but I buy my own biddies. No ETF. You're a smart Brazilian, family. Respect. Why don't electric cars have alternators? I don't know. Fill in the blank here. Why not? Love it, says Mark Johnson. Appreciate ya. Shout out Bone Daddy. We're only going up. Best regards from the Netherlands. Pump it up. Shout out her. Let's go. In Brazil, we have an ETF in years. Hashdex. It is Brazil. Oh, that's right. The Hashdex is out of Brazil. Listed this in the USA. Is that a spot, though, or is it a futures? I assumed it was a futures. Bought more stats today. No regrets. Shout out Kerry Watts. Keep stacking them stats. And Andrew Gas, ETH, and Bitcoin up, and away.
Look, pump it up if your game went long. When the dip hit, you just stay like King Kong.
Shout out Moonshine Fuel. What it do, brethren? 1, 2, 3, ABCD, USA for the win.
More than 5 sats in your stack, then get it on.
JV, I'm getting wrecked in the Bitcoin miners. You maybe need more exposure to BTC itself. If you're getting wrecked in the miners, family, they are direct electric drive, referring to these electric vehicles. What up, big dog? You got power to make Bitcoin pump every time you go live? 100%. Michael Saylor and Zuckerberg seen hanging out together. Little sus. Wow, maybe Zuck is another billionaire entering the Bitcoin club. There's also talks of Jeff Bezos, one of the richest in the world. We're going to be discussing that later. According to Max's sources, he says, yes, he is entering the billionaire Bitcoin club. So we shall see. Be the change, bulldoze the corruption, buy the corn. And as I said earlier, the only non-GMO corn, Bitscorn. Stack accordingly. Can't believe this recent pump. Sign of things to come. Did you ever have any doubt, family? Did you ever have any doubt? You were correct. Jennifer says the facts. Spot. Thanks, bro. Thank you, family. 1, 2, 3, A, B, C, D. Let's get it. But anyways, fam, if you're new to the channel, be sure to smash the subscribe button to receive daily premium crypto news alerts every day like this. Also equally important to smash the like if you're gaining value out of today's content. It also helps out tremendously with the YouTube algorithm, so I greatly appreciate it. Today is pod episode 1565. I'm your host, JV, and today is February 29th. 29th, 2024, the last day of the month, and it is getting lit. Shout out to 123 ABCD. Appreciate your support, broski. Bitcoin's about to reclaim 62,000. We're only roughly another 7,000-ish away from all-time highs. Price discovery mode. Things are heating up, getting very exciting, happening around the quarter. We have record-breaking inflows from these ETFs, and I'm going to be breaking all this stuff down for you. But first, let's kick it off with our market watch, as we do each and every day, family. You can see Bitcoin still up 1% on the day, having a hell of a pump this week. We also have Ether trading above 3,400. Solana ripping up over 18%. I think that's because Bonk is up over 50%. XRP even up 8%. Shout out to Godzilla Killa. We appreciate your support, family. Doge is on a tear. Many of the alts, Sheeb 19%. All the meme coin alts are killing it, very interestingly enough. But anyways, checking out coinmarketcap.com, the current crypto market cap back on the rise at 2.29 trillion with 157 billion in volume for the past 24 hours, with the Bitcoin dominance at 52.8%, with the Ether dominance at 17.8%. And checking out the top 100 crypto gainers for the past 24 hours, Bonk leading the pack. Interesting, up 65% now on the day. Good Lord. And we also have it up 105% on the week with a 1.5 billion market cap. Below that, meme coin Shiba Inu with an 8 billion market cap, up 20% on the daily, followed by Solana, which has almost a $58 billion market cap. And this is the coin of choice by Scam Bankman-Fried. He was recently reported he was in prison, giving investment advice to the prison guards, telling them to buy Solana. And if the prison guards would have listened to him, they'd be up 18% today. Very interesting how that works. But I just have this odd feeling that these prison guards don't have much money to invest. What are your thoughts on that? Arweave is also up, Filecoin, Oasis, BitTorrent, but I want to know which altcoins in particular, family, are you guys most bullish on during this potential alt season? I mean, we're witnessing alt season type of gains right now, just saying. But anyways, checking out the crypto bubbles for a visual perspective on the day. As you can see, virtually everything killing the game right now. Bonk 64%, EHEX 36%, Hex 35%, Rose 15%, PLS 22%, Sol 18%. And zooming out on the monthly, even more impressive gains. Pepe 180%, Jasmy 300%, just good Lord. WorldCoin 222%. That's why I say alt season, family. And checking out the crypto greed and fear index. We're currently rated an 80 still in extreme greed. Yesterday was an 82 and last week a 74 in greed. And checking out the Bitcoin countdown halving clock, we have roughly 53 days yet to go until the halving, which is scheduled to take place on April 23rd. According to this countdown timer, obviously everyone's going to be a little different because it's based upon the blocks, but nonetheless, it's going to be around mid-April. If you're pretty excited for the Bitcoin halving, let me know. Also, where do you feel the Bitcoin price is likely to touch by this time in roughly 50-something days? Let me know. Altcoin Casino, precisely fresh, and we're continuing to pump. We're about to retest 62,000, family. Let's go. Buy bonk, get bonked. I smell a rug pull. Good insights there. Bring facts. I'd be ready to sell Solana and buy more Bitcoin. That's just me. You're not alone. Moonshine Fuel, we feel you, dog. I love dogs and I rescue them. Love to hear that, Jennifer. Doing God's work out here on this planet. What's the halving? The halving is where the miners' rewards get slashed in half. It only occurs every 4 years. So it's going to go from I think 6 point something Bitcoins being awarded to 3.125 ultimately. 80,000 by the halving. I bought Jasmy, says Jordan. Please, anyone, can you tell me more about the Cryptos R Us platform? Asked Stephanie. I don't know what platform that is referring to. I am not George. I hope I get a bonus before the halving. It's all going into Bitcoin. Wells Fargo offering the Bitcoin ETF. Ironic, because it was Merrill Lynch and Bank of America. They were doing the anti-Bitcoin stance alongside Vanguard, and now they've come around and they're now offering it. Go figure. 6.25 down to 3.125. Thank you, David. The Bitcoin supply gets cut in half every 4 years, roughly, the halving. 40x for Bitcoin and Sol from their lows in the cycle. 900 per day gets cut in half, exactly, which would give us 450 Bitcoin per day. And we already have inflows exceeding 10 to 15 times the daily issuance. So run the math there. Numbers go up. Don't trust Wells Fargo. Trust no banks. Trust no bankers. Trust nobody. Verify everything. 62,000. Here we go, fam. Pump the likes to pump the stream. BlackRock manipulating the price action. Probably some way, somehow. I think we would have hit 70,000 price discovery yesterday, but it was maybe potentially, put on my conspiracy theorist hat, I think it was an orchestrated, let's say the servers got shut down and no one can buy, and let's reverse everyone's crypto portfolio from wherever it's at to zero and scare everybody. Do you think that was just a coincidence, or that was intelligently designed? Let me know your thoughts. In Bitcoin we trust, preach. I'm hearing JP Morgan also. Well, we all know their stance on Bitcoin. Obviously, they're authorized participants partnered with BlackRock, so we know they're bullish on it. Do you guys realize that the biggest trading houses still haven't allowed their clients to have exposure to the new ETFs? It's going to be huge. Great point, Data. 100K before the halving and a 20% correction, then price discovery mode to the stars. Cheers, Jennifer. Send it to six figures. Let's get it. 75,000 next week. Send it. Bring it. Definitely JV, just like when they halted GMD on Robinhood. Precisely, family. GME, that is. GameStop, right? With the ETF, we have a 10-year bull market. The one selling in 2025 will regret it. Intelligent design, says George. Press that like button, smash it, kung fu, grip it, do whatever you got to do. Mike Tyson it. Manipulation, says Chris. I agree. Coinbase, that was orchestrated. Agreed. Was Gensler involved in that? Bitcoin halving causes the gold halving. There is no gold halving, but Bitcoin will overtake gold for sure. Gold has no true scarcity. Unlike Bitcoin, they introduce a new amount of the gold supply every year, and they manipulate the markets. Bitcoin we know has a finite limited supply, so it's unlike any other ETF that has ever traded before it, hence why it's breaking all their records, breaking all their models. Met with the head distiller from J Beam last night, drank bourbon and signed up for your show. I was meaning to anyway. No bourbon today. Cheers, Crypto Today. Appreciate the support there. Drink some bourbon for me. Barek Monfils Evangelista. Cheers, family. I appreciate you. Gold, what? Yeah, what is gold, by the way? I forget. Some jewelry thing. JV, great work with that interview. Glad you enjoyed it, Serge. I'll do more like that if you guys appreciate stuff like that, and I'm happy to bring Sansmint on our podcast as well. Nacho Cheese, Nacho Bitcoin, preach. Congrats, everyone just subbing to the channel. Welcome to the best place to be in crypto. No one does it quite better than us. I think he meant gold value being halved due to the, oh yes, of course. Gold, maybe it does drop to 1,000 an ounce. Who knows? It's probably the most stable store of value ever. It's been sitting at roughly 2,000 for a decade. Saw it post the entire market cap of crypto is the same as Nvidia. Correct, roughly 2 trillion. Shows how much money out there comes to the crypto market. It's all going to zero against the apex predator. Just saying, love Whitney, dirty. I see you love Whitney, man. Coinbase always crashes when Bitcoin's pumping hard, dog. 100%. I predict Bitcoin will be at 85 G's at the halving. Send it. And let's get it. But anyways, fam, let's now dive into today's Bitcoin TAs. Check out some of the charts, and this is actually interesting. The U.S. government moved almost $1 billion worth of seized Bitcoin after Bitcoin smashed 60,000. Could it be another orchestrated attack? What are your thoughts? The U.S. government transferred $922 million worth of Bitcoin from 2 crypto wallets that held funds seized from Bitfinex back in 2016. The U.S. government's transfers occurred the same day Bitcoin breached 60,000. Coincidence? I think not. For the first time in over 2 years, what's the odds? Now, Bitcoin rose 5.5% in the 24 hours leading up to 9:45 p.m. to trade at 62.5. The world's first crypto is up over 20% in the past week. So congratulations to all the Bitcoin hodlers in the green. The first test transfer worth 1 Bitcoin, 60,000 during the transfer, occurred at 3:39 p.m. February 28th. And shortly after, the U.S. government labeled wallet sent a second transaction worth 2,800 Bitcoin, valued at $173 million. A third transaction worth 0.01 Bitcoin, $613, and a fourth, I guess, obviously test transactions, and a fourth one worth 12,200 Bitcoin, which is $750 million, according to Arcam intelligence data. As you can see right here, the government seized the funds, as I shared earlier, in 2016 from Bitfinex when it was hacked for approximately 120,000 Bitcoin, worth over $7.4 billion at its current price. Interesting how that works. Hackers hack the honeypot, which is the exchange. Then the government hacks them. And ends up with all the Bitcoin. It's crazy how that works. The transfers occurred a day after Ilya, the hacker who stole the laundered $4.5 billion worth of Bitcoin from the exchange, appeared in a Washington court detailing how he pulled off one of the world's largest Bitcoin heist. Now, they reportedly told a jury February 27th that he had access to Bitfinex's system for several months while also hacking individual accounts at other exchanges like Coinbase, Kraken, according to the Bloomberg report. Also, his rapper wife, Heather Morgan, the greatest female MC to ever exist, was arrested February 2022, and at the time the U.S. government alleged they conspired to launder $4.5 billion and hacked Bitcoin, of which the government seized $3.6 billion, and the largest financial seizure in history. The government seized an additional almost $500 million worth of Bitcoin on August 3rd, 2022. So what does the government do with that seized Bitcoin? Apparently, they don't give it back to the people. Why are they still sitting on it? Now, him and his wife pleaded guilty to money laundering conspiracy in connection with the Bitfinex hack in August 2023. Amazon reportedly started making a movie on the Bitfinex money launderers. The script will reportedly be inspired by a 2022 article on the couple in the New York Times, branding them as Bitcoin's Bonnie and Clyde. Hey, there's only one Bonnie and Clyde to Bitcoin. That's Max and Stacy. Just saying, family. What's your thoughts on that? And what do you think the government is likely to do with all of the seized Bitcoin? Are they dumping it onto the market to try to suppress the price back under 60,000? Let me know your thoughts. Rock God, I remember a few times Coinbase crashing right around the crashes. Exactly. Not spam, but it's okay to remove myself, says David. Coinbase tested a 10x increase in the users, but said yesterday it exceeded that. Exactly. Clown show, family. We're back above 62,000. Congrats to all my Bitcoin whole coiners. You're now up $2,000 on the day. Let's go. Just shows you the government don't understand BTC, says Mr. Bone Daddy. Or maybe they do get it. Maybe they do get it, right? I mean, they know how to suppress the price. They know how to crash the price, but do they truly get it? No, I'm with you on that. Greetings, my man. I'm in Abu Dhabi. Shout out Dubai. Please don't try to say it. Why? Do I mess up Abu Dhabi? They'll probably use it to backdoor the deals. Who knows exactly? The government sold Bitcoin cheap. Sell it all. And remember, Tim Draper actually accumulated his Bitcoin fortune from the government seizure back in the day as well. I wouldn't put it past them to try to suppress the price precisely. Only Bonnie and Clyde or Max and Stacy. K-Jam agrees with me. Clown world. I truly do believe we live in a clown world. Couldn't be any more apparent. What do you guys think?
Oh yeah, we heard Kramer report that.
Kramer.
He said, we bought more bags till we got a sword back.
Good stuff. That's right, Jennifer. They're doing your work for you. The U.S. keeps the Bitcoin to avoid Russia getting stronger in case they buy now. Man, the game theory truly is in full effect, family. Even the biggest Bitcoin haters are accumulating. I'm referring to the institutions, Merrill Lynch, Wells Fargo, Bank of America. You know what I mean? I believe Bank of America is a Rockefeller Foundation bank. Correct me if I'm wrong. Wow, you got it right. Very apparent. Jeff Bezos, $9.5 billion. Buy true. We're going to be discussing that here shortly. According to Max's sources, it's true. And he is now a Bitcoin billionaire. That could be what's driving the price up right now. We don't know. WorldCoin or ICP? I'm not a fan of WorldCoin. I'll keep it 100. They're the ones that were scanning the irises. I don't know what they're doing with that data, but I'm very sus. It reminds me, New World Order, WorldCoin, too close. Kramer's another clown. Preach, Serge. 71,000 by the end of the week. Send it. Nothing like working out while listening to Pastor JV. Thank you, Lock Sky, putting in the pump as we pump up the price. You already know we're up like 500 since we started the stream. Bank of America is now selling Bitcoin ETF to its clients. You can't make this ish up, family. Is Vanguard going to be next and capitulate? Your live price is wrong. Well, no. Every exchange has a different price, and this is the BitGo price, and it's a collective of many of the exchanges averaged out. So it's going to differ from Coinbase or Binance or any individual exchange, just FYI. So according to BitBo right now, we're at 62.1. Typically, Coinbase is usually a little higher than what we see here on the screen. So maybe at Coinbase right now, it's 62.2, 62.3, something like that. Arcam Potential, legit project. As far as analytics is concerned, I am fixing the workout. Nice, Key, get it. What's the next country you think comes out and says they hodl? Well, which is the nation that, what's his name? Ed Snowden was referring to acquiring Bitcoin secretly. I don't know which nation it is. But regardless, it's bullish. So we'll soon see. Bitcoin to the moon, no name. So what countries do you think it might be? Could it be Brazil? Could it be Argentina? Could it be Canada? Could it be Panama? Could it be a South African country? Could it be South Africa? What are your thoughts? Is it Suriname? Bybit is 62.2. Nice. We're $20 away from that target. Please put the corner of the screen from now on as an indicator measuring how many Bitcoin equals 100,000. Is there a particular website for the indicator you're referencing? Maybe I can make it a possibility. Argentina, let's go. Imagine China coming out. Whoa, we're now Bitcoin hodlers taking over the world. This guy is always grinding, just like Rocky Balboa, fam, the Italian stallion resurrected in the flesh. It could be Mexico, surprise but smart. Let's go. The Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. Could it be Qatar, China, Japan? JV, you demand. Let's go. 70 G's tomorrow. Send it. No name, thanks for subbing. France, let's go. We have to start tracking how much the price jumps when JV goes live. The JV effect. I like that, Barek. I'm digging it. Gensler might come after me for pumping Bitcoin price, though. I got to be careful. I was thinking Mexico, too, but the press there makes no secret about it. Pepe Coin going to the new era. We'll soon see. 62.2 incoming, fam. Congrats, Bitcoin whole coiners. You're now up $2,200 on the day. It's getting lit in this mofo. We deserve to pump it up.
Can't short your dork, we can't afford that.
You can't short, you dork. We can't afford that.
Wait for the pump to come, we should have bought that.
Damn right you should have bought that. Mr. 100 bought 1,700 Bitcoin yesterday. They need to rename him Mr. 1,700 then. Colombia. We already know the president of Colombia is a Bitcoin hodler. Thanks to Samson Mao. He holds at least 100,000 Satoshis. Shout out Lock Sky. Just gifted 5 more memberships to the channel. Like, whoa. Greatly appreciate that, fam. Congratulations, all the new members, including Juanito, Chill Rainbow, Jeremy Ragsdale, Jaden Gardner, Sarav, Man vs. Machine. You've all been hooked up with the MicroStrategy membership of the channel on behalf of Lock Sky. Tomorrow, JV is going to be gifting 10 memberships, at least 5. We may do 5 tomorrow and 5 on March 2nd. Every month, I like to gift 10 memberships myself. Thank you. We appreciate that. Indonesia, let's go. So remind me during tomorrow's stream, yo, JV, gift some memberships just in case I forget. Pulse Chain is pumping. I'm a Pulse Chain millionaire, says Andy. Keep buying. Bitcoin is always a buy. Remember, Justin Trudeau shorted Bitcoin. What a fool. ETFs heading to Brazil. Facts. We're going to be touching upon that. More stats today. Stack more sats because stacking sats keeps the doctor away, if you know what I mean. So yeah, let's break down our next story of the day, family. Spot Bitcoin ETFs record new all-time high of 680 million as the Bitcoin bull run gathers pace. Let's go. Let's go, family. Spot Bitcoin ETFs in the U.S. recorded a cumulative daily inflow of 676 million, marking a new all-time high for the ecosystem. On February 28th, which was yesterday, the spot ETFs raked in nearly 680 mil worth of investments. And out of the 10 players approved by the US SEC, the daily inflows are attributed to 5, which is iShares Bitcoin Trust at 612 million, ultimately BlackRock, Fidelity Wise Origin Bitcoin Fund at 245 million, and the Bitwise Bitcoin ETF at 9.9 million, followed by ARK 21 shares at 24 million, followed by Wisdom Tree at 2.2 million. As you can see, the Bitcoin ETF flows here on this table brought to you by Farside. Now, the Grayscale Bitcoin Trust recorded 216 million in outflows, thus bringing down the total inflows from 893 million to 676 million. And since February 12th, the spot Bitcoin ETF market in the US recorded 7.4 billion in cumulative inflows. And in contrast, the market has lost over 7.8 billion due to the major outflow events from Grayscale and their GBTC product, as outlined here, the Bitcoin spot ETF total cumulative flow. Now, the iShares contribution to the Bitcoin ETFs in the US remains the highest at 7 billion as of yesterday. The total inflow into spot Bitcoin ETFs reached 7.4 billion to date. and that's pretty remarkable. Bullish crypto events in one region resonate across the globe. A recent survey featuring 2,100 respondents shows the Australian retail interest in Bitcoin has increased following January's approval of the spot Bitcoin ETFs in the United States. The Bitcoin sentiment, a metric that determines current investor sentiment based on trading events and market conditions in Australia, was boosted by 25% following the spot Bitcoin ETF approval, while adoption rates have also marginally increased this year in 2024. And speaking about the rise in positive investor sentiment, we had Independent Reserve CEO Adrian said that sentiment had demonstrably shifted. We have entered a phase of renewed optimism and growth. And while a third of the respondents showed interest in investing in Bitcoin for the long term, they were split on whether they would prefer to access Bitcoin via a crypto exchange or an ETF. Well, here's something I got to remind you guys. Bitcoin ETF is not the same as self-custodied Bitcoin. One is confiscatable, the other is not. And of course, there's a lot of other differences as well. But I also want to share with you here breaking news. Just in, BlackRock spot Bitcoin ETF IBIT to start trading in Brazil tomorrow. Brazil has one of the largest populations in the world, right? What's the exact number, family? Probably over 200 million people. Definitely the largest country in South America. So my people in Brazil, it's time. This is big, big news, and it doesn't stop there. Also, Wells Fargo and Bank of America's Merrill Lynch offering spot Bitcoin ETFs to their wealth clients. Let's not forget, they came out when the Bitcoin ETFs were approved. They said, we're not offering these products. Now they're coming around. So will Vanguard, the second largest asset manager in the world, be next to capitulate and start offering ETFs to their clients? Because a lot of their clients are pretty pissed off at Vanguard, and many of them are leaving in the droves and going to places like the BlackRock, IBIT, and other ETF products, right? So let them phase out. Anyone not adopting Bitcoin will eventually go out of business, in my humble opinion. What are your thoughts? And I think it's a sign of the times. Everyone needs to accept Bitcoin, even enemies of Bitcoin, or get left behind. So there you have it, family. Let me know your thoughts. Dirt poor for the most of them, referring to the Brazilians there, fam. Yes, sir, going to make an impact. Well, you got to keep in mind, even though poverty is the majority of all populations, there's always the wealthy class, and the wealthy class is looking for investment vehicles and savings, just like Bitcoin, right? Even if you're a pleb working paycheck to paycheck, if you're looking to save, don't use a bank account. It's a Ponzi scheme. Fractional reserve banking is similar to tulip bulb mania. If there is a bank run, your funds don't exist. They're not there. It's a scam. You've all been scammed. Hence, saving Bitcoin is the most appreciative asset in human history. It's the greatest savings to ever exist, and it's mathematically guaranteed to increase your purchasing power against every fiat currency. I don't care if it's only US dollars, the Brazilian currency, all of them. Yesterday, we discussed Bitcoin hitting all-time highs in like 30 different countries around the world. Thanks to Balaji for pointing that one out, the CTO, former CTO of Coinbase. So it's about to get lit. Vanguard can go to you nowhere. Expect a big pump tomorrow. 69,000, family, 7,000 away, less than 7,000 away from price discovery. Let's go. Preferred clients is code for insiders, pretty much. JP Morgan just announced they will also sell BTC. Well, there you have it. Why am I not shocked? You know, Mr. Jamie Dimon, aka Jamie Dimon, CEO of JP Morgan Chase, the same time he was flooding Bitcoin, comparing it to a pet rock and threatening to fire any employees that touch it or trade it, that same week he purchased over $400 million worth of Bitcoin for his trading desk. The same week he was making the rounds internationally on TV with all this exposure, right? Flooding Bitcoin, he was buying it the same week. Hundreds of millions of dollars worth. Just goes to show you how criminal these mofos are at these high positions. What are your thoughts on that? They mock, they fight you, they follow you, says George. Definitely lose clients because most of them will want to buy Bitcoin. Facts. My oldest son has 30 Bitcoin. My oldest daughter has more. My children are smart and savvy, just like their mother. Respect, Jennifer. Congrats on showing them the way. Mr. 100 from Korea. Wow. Jeff Bezos, aka Mr. 100. Could it be? Wow. What if it is? Did you see Michael Saylor hanging out with Jeff Bezos? Exactly. You know, if you're hanging out with Saylor, you're being orange pilled. Saylor's not talking about McDonald's. Demon is a terrible human. That's why his nickname is Demon. Facts. Stay humble, stack sats. If we close today at this level, will the all-time high be on the... Oh, that's right. We get a monthly close today, family. This may be the highest monthly close of all time. This is going to be a pretty lit closing. We're still above 62,000. When do we get the closing? When's the hour? Right now it's 3:30 New York time. What's the official time? And when do the markets close? Is it 4:30 or 5:30? Let me know, family. That's a new epic JV quote. Which quote is that, David? That price manipulation by Jamie Dimon. Bitcoin to a milli. Dubai has a plan to own half the Bitcoin. Whoa. Whoa. Let's go. Congrats on everyone who got to front run these mofos. What's good? Love and light to all. Shout out to Jay Ford. Namaste, family. Let's go. Jennifer, is your daughter married? Thomas. 22,000 monthly close. Baby. 22,000. Yeah, I mean, 62, I think you mean. As a financial and bank CEO, the price manipulation matters, says Silas. 4 p.m. Eastern, thank you. So we only got another half hour till closing. We'll be live, so we'll see where we're at. So what about, does that equivalent to the closing price of the month, or is that later in the evening? I know the markets close at 4-ish, or you said 4:30 or 4. Good to note. 4:30, says Palm Beach Chris. Clones and more, 3:24 minutes. I don't know what you mean, clones. Mama say mama... What? What's good, family? How are you? 3:36 p.m. over here. Good to note. Little bubble pump. Yes, please.
Call me 3AC cause I'm blowing it up. Short squeeze, more please, yeah, it's going to pump.
Yes, I am still up for adoption, says Casey Gates.
It dropped foot, but it's still not slowing it up.
That's right.
I can't wait till the Fed starts showing us love.
Can't wait till the Fed starts showing us love, and they are.
Flag on the chart got me
Busting a
blowing
nut. Been trying to get my no-coiner friends and family to get at least 0.1 Bitcoin. They won't listen. 7 p.m. Eastern for the monthly closing price. Thank you. So 8 p.m. my time, we'll get a monthly close. Good to note. What's the significance of it closing the highest ever? It's just a good indicator that we're likely to achieve what we've never achieved before. Blow past the 69,000 BS we've been stuck at since 2021 and enter price discovery mode and inch closer to that $100,000 mark. Sup, JV? I need a pump, homie. Need an alt pump. Well, this one's dedicated to you.
You got to pump it up, don't you know? Pump it up. You got to pump it up.
Up. Someone just asked, what's the second best crypto?
Which one's the best crypto asset? Well, Bitcoin's the best crypto asset. Okay. What's the second best? There is no second best.
Well, there you go. Keep pumping the likes, family. We appreciate it. But let's move on to our next story of the day. We discussed the latest with the Bitcoin ETF inflows. Now let's discuss Bezos. Could this be Mr. 100? Is he a new Bitcoin millionaire in the club? Well, let's talk about it, shall we? The headline here reads, Bitcoin's Billionaire Club. Is Amazon's Jeff Bezos the latest member? What are your thoughts on this, family? So this guy's post proactively asked if Jeff Bezos piling into Bitcoin right now, mingling with Michael Saylor, just liquidated $8.5 billion worth of Amazon stock, sitting on cash. Unlikely. He is sharper than that. Bitcoin's price pump hinting at billionaire FOMO. What are your thoughts? Something's up. Highlighting Bezos' recent $8.5 billion liquidation of the Amazon stock and his dinner with Bitcoin advocate Michael Saylor.
I'm not saying I'm number one. I'm sorry, I lied.
As a potential evidence of the new venture, as he shares here in the tweet. And these are all great points, by the way. So I saw Max Kaiser retweeted it, and he said his source says yes. So Max Kaiser's source basically confirmed that it is Bezos piling up the Bitcoin right now, which means he could be in the Bitcoin Billionaire Club. But I want to know your thoughts, family. The dinner, detailed in a news report, said Bezos and his fiancée, Lauren Sanchez, celebrate with a litany of celebrities and moguls, including Saylor, well-known Bitcoin bull.
I'm number 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5.
This rendevolus has fueled speculation about Bezos' interest in digital currency, especially since Saylor is possibly Bitcoin's biggest and most eloquent proponent.
There's no second best crypto asset. There's a crypto asset. It's called Bitcoin, right?
I can see the conversation right now with Bezos. It'd go just like that. It's easy to imagine that Bitcoin was at least a brief topic of conversation given MicroStrategy's recent success, thanks to its massive Bitcoin holdings.
The point is, if you have the superior asset, it's going up forever.
Bezos. BitPain, a figure of authority in the Bitcoin community, added to the speculation with tongue-in-cheek comment. Last time Bitcoin hit 0.06 million, Do Kwon was buying with fake Ponzi cash. This time, Jeff Bezos is buying with money he found in the couch on his yacht. This was complemented by Invest Answers. Shout out Invest Answers, well-known analysts, who highlighted the creation of Bitcoin Wallet that saw a transaction of 26,200 Bitcoin at 51,000 each, suggesting it could belong to a high net worth individual like Jeff Bezos or the Meta founder, Mark Zuckerberg, or even a sovereign wealth fund. Qatar rings a bell, given the wallet was not associated with any ETFs, as Invest Answer shares here. Monster 1.3 billion Bitcoin buy, 26,200 Bitcoin at 51 Gs. Looks bullish, perhaps a sovereign wealth fund, Jeff Bezos, Zuck, or some other high net worth individual. P.S. This is not an ETF wallet. Pretty impressive.
Laura, take all your time, figure out how to borrow more money to buy more Bitcoin.
The root of this speculation lies not just in the analyst's comments, but in Bezos' recent activities of the financial market. Bezos offloaded roughly 50 million Amazon shares in February, totaling 8.5 billion. This move comes after significant appreciation in the Amazon stock price, which surged more than 76% over the past year. And despite this massive sale, Bezos remains the largest shareholder in Amazon, with a net worth soaring at over 190 billion. So what's a $8.5 billion Bitcoin buy to someone like this? But here's what I do know. If he doesn't get into Bitcoin now, he's not going to be one of the richest men on the planet forever. That's for sure. The timing and scale of Bezos' stock sales, juxtaposed with the anonymous yet colossal Bitcoin purchase, have led to widespread speculation, as we just mentioned. And also, despite the wild speculation, there is no concrete evidence directly linking Bezos to the Bitcoin investments, so the community is left parsing for more clues. But as I mentioned a little earlier, according to Max, he says his sources have confirmed it. So take it for what it's worth. Let me know if you think if Bezos or potentially Zuck or Sovereign Wealth Fund just made this massive purchase, because we did get confirmation it's not an ETF. Bitcoin is the new Berkshire Hathaway, but better. Owned by the people, not the rich snobs. Preach, Palm Beach Chris. It's going up forever, Bezos. Hey guys, where are we at today? To the moon, man. I broke 2 toes yesterday kicking the stupid lawnmower. Are you for real, Adam? That's not a good look. Don't kick the lawnmower, bro. Don't kick it unless you got the steel toe boots. Bezos would not have bought now. He would not have waited this long. Okay, we'll soon see. Bezos 100, Crypto News Alerts fam. What up, Tough T? If you're hanging out with Sailor, he's not talking about McDonald's. Yes, that's the quote of the century right there. Sailor is the most eloquent, but Max is the most entertaining. Preach. Gotta love the high priest. ETF inflows today positive. That's a great question. You guys let me know. Bezos going to buy Doge for 50 million. Watch the moon. I don't think Bezos wants anything to do with Doge, just saying. Tonight's price, 69,000. I'm speculating, of course, but can a man dream? I had flip-flops on, electric lawnmower. 64 is the 3-year top. So we break 64. We're only 2,000 away. There's no resistance left between here and price discovery. Ultimately, meaning if we can crack 64, which we're only 2,000 away, we could be at price discovery 70,000 within 24 to 48 hours. I'm sticking to that. Jennifer says 100,000, the same as Adam Back says by the time of the halving. What are your thoughts on that? Mid-April, 100,000 Bitcoin. Let's go. It's definitely a blessing to have Jennifer right here with us. Facts. Come on, JB. You know Bezos wants the Doge. I highly doubt that. I think Elon pumps Doge because he works for the government. His wealth comes from government subsidies. And it's an attack. It's an indirect attack on Bitcoin. He's an enemy of Bitcoin, in my opinion. Yes, he holds some on his balance sheet, but he also sold 75% of what he had, and he stopped accepting Bitcoin as a form of payments and was fighting Bitcoin, saying ESG concerns. So yes, he is an enemy of Bitcoin. Minimum amount of Bitcoin to be set for life, 100 Bitcoin is a great target. We should have a rest before the halving. It'd be a god for the market. 6-figure before the supply shock. 82,000 by the halving. Let's get it. People are FOMOing big time right now, as they should be. Casey. 100,000 before April. Send it, Barek. You've been calling it as well. I love it. You and Jennifer. 100,000 before April. Let's get it. 200,000 by the halving. Now you're speaking my language.
Which one's the best crypto asset? Well, Bitcoin's the best crypto asset. Okay. What's the second best? There is no second best. There's no second best crypto asset.
There's a crypto asset called Bitcoin, right? You were wrong about Musk. And there is nothing wrong with government subsidies when you own car companies and a rocket ship company. Dig deeper, family. Bezos and Elon Musk sitting in a tree. Oops, late. Welcome, meme. HLV, God Candle incoming. Let's get it. I think Elon should be sued for all the losses people took because of him. Bezos wants a COSPA. Yeah, baby. Getting ready for the supply shock. Yeah, billionaires have no interest in altcoins. Only Elon, because it's an attack against Bitcoin. Think about that. Just as Bitcoin Cash was an attack against Bitcoin, same way Satoshi Vision was an attack against Bitcoin. These are all attacks against Bitcoin, right? But how are they doing? Keep attacking the network and we'll be sitting pretty. It doesn't matter. The more you attack it, the stronger it becomes. That's a fact. Imagine being angry right now. Exactly. They have to buy in small amounts so the price won't skyrocket. The problem is everyone is buying. Good point. Where's your BTC hat? In the closet with the rest of the hats. And when I get a fresh cut, I rock the fresh cut for a few days. And then we put the hat back on. But actually, I think earlier I was rocking the hat when we did the pump watch. Let's go, Bitcoin. There is no second best. Elon saw the money grab and took it. You never lose with BTC. JV, you're lit. Let's go. Cheers, Chris. Elon made publicly available runt tasks. He can't be a government puppet. Whatever you guys say. But anyways, family, that's my cue. Next story, we discuss Bezos potentially being a Bitcoin billionaire. If not him, it could be Zuck. It could be a sovereign wealth fund. We're speculating, but let me know your thoughts. But now let's discuss the 230% Bitcoin price rally this year. 2024, shall we? Headline reads, venture capitalist Dan Tapiero predicts Bitcoin will explode by up to 230% this year. Here's his outlook. The chief executive of investment firm 10T Holdings, which stands for 10 trillion, by the way, which is going to be the market cap of Bitcoin here very soon, just saying, could skyrocket by over 200% this year. In a new post, he shared Bitcoin could appreciate to between 150 and 200,000 this year, a gain of roughly 153 to 237% from its current price. Pump that motherfucker up. And according to Tapiero, once Bitcoin rises above 70,000 price discovery, which is slightly above the all-time high set in November of 2022, actually, I think that was set in November of 2021, family, right? The crypto king will skyrocket quickly to 90,000.
There's a crypto asset. It's called Bitcoin, right?
Bitcoin is up almost 100% in 5 months and not feeling frothy. Doubters still doubt everywhere, even a bit sedated. U.S. short rates are still 5%. U.S. dollar is strong. Bitcoin shocking acceleration up. Feels imminent. Now, amid the rally that has seen Bitcoin appreciate by approximately 50% from its 2024 low of 39.5 reached last month, Tapiero says that Coinbase could reach a price tag of 400, referring to their stock. Love this chart at 50, 60, 80, and 100. Now at around 190, it looks like it'll head up to 400. Rare that a chart still looks so phenomenal after such a big run. I'm curious, fam, any of you invested in coin stock? Holla. Coinbase doing an excellent job diversifying revenue streams. Last week, Tapiero said that he believes the Bitcoin's bull market is in the early phase, and Max Kaiser says it's only inning 2, the second inning, family, and there's 9 innings total, meaning there's 7 left. But back to Tapiero. I think we're in the second inning. Wow, he agrees with Max. I think we're in the second inning of the bull market, so I'd be much more concerned and think that there could be problems, potentially, if I felt we were in the 7th inning or the 8th inning. The bullish consensus at 75-80%. I mean, that's an issue, but maybe it just means you have a short-term correction. We are just getting started here. Preach. And here's one of the tweets he shared. Surprised. Bitcoin up almost 100% in 5 months and not feeling frothy. The doubters are still everywhere. X even a bit to date. US short rate still 5%. USD strong. Bitcoin shocking acceleration up feels imminent. Break of 70,000 goes right to 90 G's, baby. Then 150 to 200,000 per Bitcoin this year. So stack your biddies accordingly. Just saying. But anyways, what are your thoughts on Dan Tapiero's bullish price prediction, family? Holla at your boy.
Take all your time and figure out what you can sell to buy Bitcoin.
Party in Puerto Rico after the hurricane season. Actually, family, hurricane season is 6 months here in Puerto Rico. It's mid-year to the end of the year. So that's probably not going to be likely. It's probably going to be during hurricane season. Hey, JV, remember when you were excited for Bitcoin reaching 50,000 for your day after your birthday? I do. Yeah, that was a big deal. I wanted 50,000 on February 11th, and the morning, February 12th, we hit 50,000. And it's ironic. We're already 12,000 higher than that. And what has it been? It's still the same freaking month, which happens to be the shortest month of the year. Yeah, man. JV with the avatar shades as optics. How high would the price of Bitcoin have gone yesterday if Coinbase hadn't messed up? 73. I say 73. 11,000 higher than we are now. What do you guys say? Till now is the best Bitcoin channel I find. Very good entertainment and good vibes.
And if you absolutely love the thing that you're...
I got to thank Sailor for that. We just quote Sailor all throughout the show. Thank you, Susan, or Susa. We appreciate it.
Right? There's no second best.
Bitcoin price discovery will require a spacesuit. 2 for 1. 400,000 is not any more shocking. It is just our business case. Precisely, Stephen. JB, M. Smoke Big Skunk if Bitcoin reaches 70,000. Skunk. Hopefully that's a strand of cannabis. Swing trading 1,000 each trade on Bitcoin. Jeffrey B likes his XRP. McFootinator. What'd it do? Wife changing money for the fam. Tell him rock. We on a rain delay right now. 62,000 and I'm a bit grumpy about it. Diamond hands and laser rise. We so early, that's for surely. I don't even care about price. Shout out Robbie P. Bitcoin following the leap year. That's right. That's right, every halving. I say 75 to 80 yesterday. Right on, man. Woman. I like it, Jennifer. At least 70,000, says Sid. Coinbase effed us, in other words. Facts. Laser eyes till Peter cries. I like it. I have a lot of MicroStrategy stocks. Congrats, Susa. Learned a lot from this channel. Keep it up, JB. Cheers. Cheers, fam. I'm going to light a big fat cigar. Please do. And fill it with cannabis, please. 8 ounces or more. Anything less is unacceptable. Just saying. Bitcoin top in 2024 before the bear next market. I mean, I think the top is most likely in 2025 unless all the previous models are broken. Then yeah, we can get the top sooner than expected. Hurricanes will take you to the moon. That's right. Bitcoin's going to enter a hurricane. A cyclone, that is. You feel me? Welcome, everyone joining the stream. We now got 725 people here on the tube. We're also streaming live on the Rumble. Shout out to the Rumble fam. Appreciate you guys. JV, what did Coinbase do wrong? Put me into speed, please. Well, they crashed. They claimed their servers couldn't handle the volume. And when they crashed, no one could buy Bitcoin anymore. And they also mess with their customers' balances, scaring everyone, making them have heart attacks by taking their balance. Let's pretend you had 1 Bitcoin on Coinbase. Well, you wake up, you go to your Coinbase, and it now says 0. Freaked everybody out. It's called FUD, fear, uncertainty, and doubt. And it seemed to be orchestrated, maybe with a 3-letter organization I won't mention here. I like my eggs wet, says Matt. Where will the ETF buy coins if the supply is way short? That's a good question. I don't know where they're going to get the supply. That's why, I mean, the supply, 80% they say is in the hands of the long-term hodlers. So if we're controlling the supply, there's going to be a supply shock. That's very real, along with a demand shock leading into the halving. We're witnessing it right now, hence why the price is up so much. Coinbase stopped the retails from selling at the top. Coinbase does this every bull run, manipulation. Precisely. Since I got started into Bitcoin in 2017 and witnessed that bull run, it was always crashing around the times of hitting new all-time highs. So you never know, man. Trust nobody, verify everything. You know the name of the game. Welcome, Tom Crown. Shout out to Grant Jackson. Thanks for subbing number one daily Bitcoin pod. Let's freaking get it. But anyways, fam, still got a lot to cover. We discussed the 237% rally from Dan Tapiero. Now let's discuss a $250,000 biddy price. That's right. And then we'll discuss the $400,000 target, followed by some live Q&A. Welcome, everyone just joining the stream. The headline reads, Bitcoin price can hit $250,000 sooner than expected. And this is according to the Bitwise CEO. That's right. Hunter Horsley, CEO of Bitwise Management, shared an outlook on Bitcoin as the crypto price surged to $64,000 on Wednesday. That's right. And in addition, spot Bitcoin ETFs have been recording record days this week. Quoting him here from the interview, Bitcoin has been around for 15 years. It is going to accelerate now, not slow down. With Bitcoin ETFs, the entire tonnage of U.S. capital markets can easily invest for the first time. The market has grown massively. There are no new features to wait for. Price discovery underway. It can move quickly. Preach. And in another post, he emphasized Bitcoin is going to eat into gold's total addressable market faster than the people expect. Let me know if you agree or disagree with that sentiment. He also shared $250,000 Bitcoin could happen much sooner than most who have followed this space for years would imagine. Why? For 15 years, Bitcoin proved its merits, but was only accessible to some. Bitcoin ETFs were Bitcoin's IPO moment. It is now available to any investor with the click of a button. The market has 10x'd, he opined. And while the executive did not specify the time frame for when he expects Bitcoin to reach $250,000 per coin, Bitwise released its 10 crypto predictions for 2024 back in December, showing the firm expects Bitcoin to trade above 80,000 and set a new all-time high this year. And moreover, the asset manager said, within 5 years, we estimate a spot Bitcoin ETF can capture 1% of the 7.2 trillion US ETF market, or 72 billion in assets under management. Now, the Bitwise Bitcoin Fund was amongst the 11 spot Bitcoin ETFs greenlighted by the US SEC January 10th. The fund began trading the next day, February 11th, along with the other 9 spot ETFs. And earlier in the week, Carson Group approved 4 spot Bitcoin ETFs on its platform, including BitB. Many people share a bullish outlook for Bitcoin this week. Veteran trader Peter Brandt also shared some very bullish predictions we're going to touch upon here shortly, as well as FundStrat's Tom Lee anticipates Bitcoin hitting 150,000 this year. We also have the billionaire venture capitalist Tim Draper predicting a $250,000 Bitcoin price action, followed by Kathy Wood of ARK Invest believing Bitcoin could reach as high as $2.3 million by the year 2030. What are your thoughts on that bullish sentiment, family? Make some noise. Let me know in the chat. Matt says 230,000. Send it. Let's get it.
That you don't want to sell it, go mortgage your house and buy Bitcoin with it.
Matt Newell, I'm very bullish. I believe 850,000 this year, but $200,000 today, no.
Do your thing, let me do my thing.
Don't you know, pump it up.
Stop by my local hydro shop and got some free seeds. Heck yeah. Winning. Score. Let's go. I'm stuck in the Drake Robinson Parkway, but I got crypto news alert smashed. No insult. Cheers. Cheers, family. Shout out JB. J Ford. 250 is kind of crazy. I say 200. That's right. That makes me happy. Good stuff, family. This year, 200,000. Send it. Let's get it.
You know we about as long as a piece of string. Shoulders closing fast, but you do your way.
So when do you guys say 69,000? When price discovery? This week? Today? Next week? Sometime March? Before middle of March? Second half of March? What are you thinking? If 200 today, I'll buy a Tesla. I'm going to hold you to that, Matt. I'm stuck in the Jackie Robinson Parkway. That's an interesting parkway to be stuck in. And what do you mean by you're stuck? Your car breakdown, broski? But you're watching the stream? Let me know. Hurricane party, I'll dance by firelight. Oh boy. JV, is your mom calling? No, it was actually an Amber Alert on the phone. You guys heard that? It's like a missing person. Shout out to Skoloops. Appreciate you subbing, family. Next Friday, pump it up. 69,000 this weekend. This week, tomorrow, 10 days. Let's go. 222,000. Bring Facts has been calling it for centuries. It'll be the weekend GIF. Nice, Matt. Second half of March is calling Steven, new all-time high, infinity and beyond. Send it. Blessings from Arizona. Shout out unidentified him. And to March, shout out to all the members of the channel as well with the sexy badge next to your name. Appreciate the support. Either tomorrow or Monday for 69,000, says Jennifer. I love it, Jennifer. Love your bullishness. Reddit bought Bitcoin. Let's go. Are you a machine, dude? You've been going every day. Got to get those likes, people. Come on. Something like that. Half machine, half human. 10,000 Bitcoin, a Fura. Literally any moment, all-time high, exactly. 20,000 Bitcoin euphoria. Bring it. New all-time high next week, 85 G's, baby. Send it. Let's get it. 30,000 Bitcoin, bring it. Bathwater talk, we'll save that for the end of the show. Apple halt EV plan to purchase Bitcoin. Oh my God. 40,000 Bitcoin. What? Could the ETFs dump all of their Bitcoin and crash the price before the halving? 50,000 Bitcoin, 69, 100,000, going once, going twice, sold by Casey Gates. 100,000 Bitcoin. You're the proud owner, Casey. Now, thank you for gifting the MicroStrategy membership. Cheers, family, and congratulations to whoever just got blessed with the membership, which will show up here in the chat in a second. Oh boy, HLV, say it ain't so. Say it ain't so. What up, JB 2020? So shout out Satoshi. You've been hooked up with the MicroStrategy membership of the channel. On behalf of Casey, show Casey some love for real. We appreciate you, Casey. But anyways, fam, now let's discuss our feature story of the day. Crypto expert reveals why Bitcoin will rise to $400,000 per coin. Let's break this baby down. Welcome everyone joining the stream. Pump the likes to pump the stream. Greatly appreciate that. February was undoubtedly an amazing month for Bitcoin, and it's not over yet. With the crypto going on a surge of 39%, smashing 64,000, and notably, price history has shown this to be the second most profitable February in the history of Bitcoin and the most profitable February in 11 years. And you already know how dear I hold that number 11 to my heart, family. A lot of good omens here. Indeed, many market players have anticipated the price surge to continue throughout this year as the next Bitcoin halving approaches roughly 50 days out. And according to analysis from trading expert Peter Brandt, the price of Bitcoin can skyrocket to 400,000 per coin after the next halving. Send it. Let me know if you agree with the legendary analysts. Bitcoin halvings, which slashes the mining rewards for miners into two, are known to trigger massive bull runs before and after they're completed. Indeed, the pre-halving bull run seems to have repeated itself as Bitcoin jumped over multiple resistance levels since the beginning of January and is now nearing its all-time high of 69,000, which it reached back in November on the 10th of 2021. Now, Brandt's analysis is majorly based on gains after past halvings as a percentage of gains before halvings. So consequently, the analyst projects that the past price behavior into the future after April's halving is completed. So per his analysis, the Bitcoin current cycle reached its low November 2022 and is now at 75 bars. Now, if the bull trend extends 75 bars after the next halving, a price high of 150,000 is estimated to occur in early October 2025. I believe that would be the fourth quarter, family. Brandt's analysis also pointed out three different scenarios that occurred after the last three halvings. After the first halving in 2012, Bitcoin went on a 5x gain as a percentage of its pre-halving gains. If the same were to happen after the 2024 halving, Bitcoin can reach 275,000 per coin. Send it. Now, similarly, in 2016's halving, saw Bitcoin going on an 8x gain from its pre-halving gains. If Bitcoin were to go on a similar 8x route, it can reach as high as 400,000 per coin. Now, doesn't 420 sound like a sexier target? What are your thoughts before the next market phase? And lastly, 2020's halving produced a modest 2x return from its pre-halving gains. A 2x repeat applied to a Bitcoin price of 50,000 would see us reaching 100,000 at the end of the current market phase. Now, as you know, there's a lot of speculation here. Anything is possible, and there's no guarantees on what can happen with the Bitcoin price action. But here's one thing I do know. We're living in unprecedented times. Previous cycle, when we hit the November 10th all-time high in 2021 and clipped 69,000, there was zero institutional interest. In fact, It didn't even exist. Back in those days, Larry Fink was calling Bitcoin an index of money laundering. Now they have come full circle, flipped around, full 180, and they're embracing it. The banks are embracing it. The central banks want to be able to hold it and not have to use custodians like Coinbase. The ETFs are lit, producing volume that's unprecedented. Bitcoin market cap is about to surpass silver, family. We're at like 1.2 something trillion, and silver is just barely above that. We just surpassed Meta, which is ultimately Facebook, as far as the market cap is concerned. And we start thinking about the total addressable market and how much money and capital truly exists in this world. Bitcoin is still just a pup, a baby, just getting started, kind of like our mascot Nipsey in the back, right? A lot of growing up to do. And so just imagine the difference this time with the institutions sucking like an anteater, sucking up the ants. They're sucking up. There's currently only 900 Bitcoin being issued per day from the miners. That's about to get chopped in half to 450. And there's thousands of Bitcoin being sucked up through the ETFs. That doesn't even consider the nation state adoption. I shared news breaking yesterday. Ed Snowden shared that there has been a nation state secretly acquiring Bitcoin, and they're going to be announcing it soon. Which country might this be? What are your thoughts? And what do you think that's going to do to the price action? We also discussed breaking news today. Brazil is going to start offering their population ETF exposure, right? Through BlackRock and other vehicles, etc. Brazil is one of the largest, if not the largest population in South America, hundreds of millions of people, family. Argentina now has Javier Milei at the helm. What if they adopted Bitcoin as legal tender? What if Colombia? What if Panama, Suriname, right? Mexico, Canada, Russia, Iran, frickin' the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. What if there is a sovereign wealth fund by the name of Qatar, and they really do convert some of their $500 billion sovereign wealth fund into Bitcoin? What about the other ETFs around the world? We discussed Brazil. We discussed the 11 in the United States. What about the one out of Hong Kong coming on the scene? And what about the one in El Salvador? What about nation state adoption in El Salvador? What about Jeff Bezos rubbing elbows with the Giga Chad? Yeah, I mean, what if Zuckerberg and Bezos both become Bitcoin billionaires here sooner than later? What if other countries make big announcements of adopting Bitcoin as a strategic hedge, right? And getting out of gold. What if Bitcoin flips gold as far as the market cap? And as Max predicts, we do hit a $780,000 target. What are your thoughts surrounding all of this? Personally, yeah, we didn't even touch upon BRICS, the de-dollarization of the dollar, right? The dollar is doomed. Bitcoin is the future. There's no comparable asset. There is no second best. It is the greatest hedge against inflation. It's a hedge against deflation. As Kathy Wood says, it's an insurance policy. It's incorruptible. There's a finite limited supply, 21 million. It's unconfiscatable. Therefore, it's priceless. You can't even put a number on Bitcoin because you can't compare it to fiat. We do it just for fun and kicks and giggles at the end of the day. But the bigger picture, one Bitcoin will always be equivalent to one Bitcoin. That was true 15 years ago, and it will be true 150 years from now, family. So stack sats accordingly. Our lifelines, our future generations depend upon it. Because if it's up to the forces of evil or the powers that be, right, we'd all be poor eating bugs, right? And we would be controlled by programmable money called central bank digital currencies with expiration dates so that we can't save, that we're incentivized to spend it or it expires. And that could be attached to a social credit score. So if you're seeking freedom and sovereignty and the antidote to the CBDCs, look no further than BTCs, if you know what I mean. So there you have it, family. Let me know if you resonate with that rant, and let me know your thoughts on where the Bitcoin price will likely be at the cycle peak for this particular cycle. 400,000, yay or nay? Holla at your boy. And with that being shared, family, now let's dive into some live Q&A. Welcome everyone on the stream here on the tube. There's 720 of you. Greatly appreciate the support. Can't wait till we have 7,000 people concurrent on each stream. I do believe we deserve it. This is the best place to be learning about Bitcoin, preaching the holy gospel 7 days a week. You know what I mean? 365 days out of the year. Today, how many shows did we do? We did a 13-hour pump watch, which ended this morning. We already uploaded bonus content from Santiment for 45 minutes doing on-chain analytics. And now we're live and in the flesh session, the podcast here. We're going to have the premiere from today's live this evening, 9 p.m. And if we can break back above 62,000 and hold it, we're going to do another pump watch to infinity and beyond price discovery starting with 70,000. Let's go. Love the ranch, JV. Thank you, Paul Williams. I'm just getting warmed up in this piece. 475,000 on Matrix. Let's go. My guy, preach. Cheers. I am human. I like that username, by the way. Imagine our president with this message for Americans. Vote libertarian like Argentina did. Leroy Ass. JV, I resonate your vibration. Respect, KJAM. Namaste, fam. Crypto news has founding father value. I appreciate that, Leroy. Got to go out of my beer with my dad. Great day, everyone from the UK. Enjoy that beer day with your dad, Matt. What's the signs that we're at the current market top? What gold is up 0.068%? That's funny. Church is in session. Michael, supposedly whenever the Bitcoin price is at the halving, will the price top? Good question. What history shows us is 60 days leading into the halving, we have a nice pump. We're going to see corrections, of course, along the way, but it's post-halving, 12 to 18 months after the halving. History shows us we hit a cycle peak. Now, if the models are not broken, that's what I'm anticipating. If all the models previously are broken, anything's possible, and it's going to be a fun journey. How you doing, JV? I'm doing damn well, Magic. Thanks for asking. How you today? Humana is a good health provider in Nevada. Camel toe. Who got the camel toe, Aaron? Jasmine, JV is on fire. Cheers, Surge. Better than none. Cheers. My chart shows us above every critical Fibonacci level except one, which is the one we're not above. Charts won't be the same 4 years from now. This time is different, says George. The big boys are in. We don't know where this is going this time. Bezos just bought Nipsey's merch. Correction, not due yet. I only have 1,000 in till payday, says Daniel Baker. Well, 1,000 Bitcoin is nothing to be ashamed about holding. 1,000 Bitcoin is great. I am JV. We're all JV. The last 3 times nobody was talking about 18 months post-halving. True. Buy the dip. This is the first cycle people are talking about 18 months. This cycle is different.
Lose your cash cause it's moving fast. Do your thing, let me do my thing. Pump it up.
What happened yesterday? Pod disappeared. Oh yeah, so here's what happened. We were streaming, everything was going normal. It was the last story I was covering. It was my final thoughts. And then both the streams just went out. It automatically did it on its own. Both of my streams ended, same time. YouTube and Rumble. So I don't know what to think. It was very odd. So I didn't get to do a Q&A. So yesterday's show would have been 2 hours. We stopped at 1 hour because it prematurely cut off the stream. My internet was fine. That wasn't an issue. So what happened? I don't know, man. Crazy. But that's why we ended prematurely, family. Hopefully it don't happen again. I agree the cycle is different. We do not typically pump into the halving. Interest, reset, switch. You are too truthful. Probably. Thanks, JV. We all front ran all these investment firms. Grats, fam. Cheers to that, Mr. Bone Daddy. Get your Bitcoin. Don't be tricked by the whales. The world is of dollar almost over. Don't be a sucker. Halving is a nothing burger. How dare you? JV, you got Coinbase hacked? Cabal Kramer did it? Who knows, man? You got suspended and reinstated a minute later? Something like that. Ouch, another small dumpy dump. Video and social media can't be censored. Operating a chain, not centralized. Computer clout. There is only one Satoshi and JV is his profit. I like how you spelt profit. Guess you probably meant that, Daniel. Diamond hands and laser eyes. Facts. Off to Rumble when the show gets... That's right. Jim Cramer is a Fed for sure. Facts. We definitely consolidating. The dollar is not going anywhere. Says who? JV, what's your name? Javier? Yes, Javier Malay, you can call me. Or just call me Bukele. Najib. Really thinking of using my emergency fund to buy more BTC? Do it up, BS. Buying when Bitcoin... I mean, if this is not an emergency, I don't know what is. Buying when Bitcoin was 16,000 was the time, not now. Only buy when it's crashed to death. And then wait. Patience is the key. Do you think we are already at all-time high if we account for inflation? Oh, yeah. If we account for inflation, we need Bitcoin to probably be closer to 75,000 to eclipse the previous 69,000 all-time high. What are your thoughts on that? JV, Jason, victory. Be careful about any profit-taking strategy. Might be difficult to get them back. Facts. Is JV saying stack sats? Does he just mean keep acquiring? Exactly. Stacking sats means buying Bitcoin. One Bitcoin is divided by 100 million sats, aka satoshis. So that's just slang for keep buying Bitcoin. I am ecstatic that the price is at 61,000. However, the money that's been dumped in it should probably be 150 already. Agree. This cycle could be different. Only buy on the dollar cost average plan. I think Satoshi would do a shout out about Bitcoin's progress. I mean, if Satoshi needs to shout someone out, show love. A dollar has lost 97% of its value since my dad was born in 1924. Let that sink in. Wow, Leroy. I don't know about that. I bought 2 days ago and here we are. Taking profit means losing your place of appreciation and anticipation of a bear that might not happen the same way that the same amount this time. Exactly, Data Biter. There's risk. There's risk with everything. Do you think crypto will drop a lot from 60 or will keep pumping and dumping moderately? I think we'll keep pumping and dumping moderately. I don't think we drop a lot from here, family. I think we're more likely to... I think if we didn't have the ETF inflows, then every significant event in the market, you know what I mean, could impact the price greater. But I think now it's just going to be very short-lived because they're just sucking up all the supply. JV, shout out to Jillian Jellybean. Shout out to the one and only Jillian Jellybean and K-Jam, my man here, representing, holding down CNA every day. Appreciate it. JV, how can you move to Puerto Rico forever? Simple as hopping on an airplane, buying a one-way ticket, and never coming back. It's not complicated. The cool part is if you're already a U.S. citizen, you don't even need a passport. It's a U.S. territory. Just show your ID, board the plane, bada boom, bada bing, done deal. JV, shout out. Yes, you got it, man. God Candle, do you believe that this cycle is different and that there will never be a peak Bitcoin up forever? I do think the cycle is different, but I still think there will be a peak. Meaning, are you asking if I don't think we'll hit the all-time high? I'd say less than a 1% chance we don't break the all-time high because we're only $7,000 away from it right now. There was never been an asset as hard as Bitcoin. Many will learn facts like the dips and buy more. Unidentified him. Thanks for the super. My favorite YouTube channel. Thanks, JV. Thank you, family. We appreciate you.
I see some shorters selling.
Shout out Wayne Aquarium. Fasten your seatbelts. It's going to be a hell of a ride. There's usually a small pump before the halving. We have pumped 11,000 in 2 days. 2 days. There is no precedent for this cycle. Facts. Do you pay your U.S. taxes to exit? Or are you paying your U.S. taxes each year? I can't reveal my secrets. I have 5 to 20x sell trigger set up so I can relax. It depends on many factors, family. If you get your Act 60 and you make this your primary residence, living here 183 days or more out of the year, you can be exempt from federal income taxes altogether and instead pay a 4% local corporate tax. So that's my tax bracket. No blood in the streets now. Smash the like. What is Bitcoin actually? What is the real purpose? Unconfiscatable store value? The first thing that comes to my mind. Unconfiscatable store value. Perfect money. What comes to your mind when you think Bitcoin? How are you, JV? I'm doing damn well, Ellen. Congratulations on a $64,000 Bitcoin we tapped yesterday. Very exciting times. Good to see you back on the stream. Is it expensive to live in PR? Honestly, yes. But I think it's expensive to live everywhere.